So we're starting over. Tell us what you're doing, Andrea.
This is Jolly Mischief, and this is getting repotted up. So what I'm doing is I'm just rotating the pot while I'm loosening it a little bit here, so that it'll just, if it doesn't pop right out of the pot, you might have to push on the bottom a little bit sometimes, because it's got a good root system going in there, and it tends to hold on. So
and you prefer the
then it pops
clear,
out.
the translucent solo cups because they allow you to see the root system. Is that right?
I use all clear because I like to see the root system, but I use the blue or the purple or the pink just because they're pretty.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. It's not all about function. It's partly decorative.
Yes, I just think they're pretty. So
what are you doing there?
I'm just scraping away some of the top surface dirt so that I can see where my plants are a little bit better to be separated.
It's a nice, delicate tool you're using there, too.
Nice and sharp.
Everyone separates their semis with a Bowie knife.
Right, exactly. Works really well for me. Okay, so we kind of see now where we have two good clear plants.
All right.
So I'm going to work the knife in between them. And the nice thing about a nice good knife is that it just slips right down.
Wow.
And then the tricky part's going to be separating because we have a lot of good blooms there.
So many commingled leaves.
Okay, there we go.
Wow.
We have two real good plants.
It's just like on Ripley's Believe It or Not when they've separated,
yes,
conjoined twins
separated
or
twins. Here's the parent leaf.
All right, wow.
Still on there, doing real well.
Still doing decent, right?
You could peel this off and literally use it again to start yourself another plant because it's even got little rootlets on it.
That poor leaf has really been putting it out, hasn't it?
Yeah, but it would, and someone could. So I'm going to take off baby leaves.
Now, when did you put this leaf down? Do you have any sense?
I put this leaf down 7/13/09.
Wow, that's fast.
So not really considering.
Well, like 6 months, but you've got two blooming plants already.
So what I'm going to do is normally I would disbud this right now, but it's so pretty.
It's hard for you even sometimes.
That it is, and I'm going to leave it on. We're going to take these because they're nice, healthy leaves that club members need.
Because this is a competition plant for the Illinois State Group.
Now this one I'm not going to give because it's a baby and that would be too immature. Yeah. And I'm not going to rip too much off of this for right now.
It's got beautiful form, I agree.
Even though it was growing side by side, it does have fairly good form already. And normally what I would do was I would take all these leaves off right here.
Why?
And I would take this off, these buds off, and that's what I would use as my starter plant.
So that you have a nice symmetrical start?
Yeah, and it's fairly small and tight, and they would grow into each other.
Right.
So I'm just going to let this bloom out a little bit just because I think it's so pretty, and I have plenty of time between now and a show.
In June or something like that.
Yeah,
right.
So I'm not going to strip them for now, and I'm going to leave a little bit of room in the pot so I can strip it later. I'm taking off some of the roots because this rooting medium is my old medium, from the seed starter.
Right, the Huffman seed starter.
And I want it now to be in my regular
So you've pretty
potting
aggressively
medium.
trimmed the roots down in there.
Yeah.
And you don't have concerns about how well it's going to, because you'll eventually
there's
after it
plenty
blooms.
of nice thick roots there. I just need to mark my pot.
That plant next to it here in the tray is what again? I know Dean's Bunny Blue?
That's Dean's Bunny Blue.
It's really pretty. It almost looks kind of blue-green.
Oh, this is my first repotting of the new year.
How exciting!
So then I'm taking some of my potting medium here.
And again, you use it dry, because I intentionally use mine really kind of warmly moist and fluffed.
I know, that's probably better for the plant, but I like it dry.
All right.
I find it just goes down in the,
And you don't wick, you just have you just kind of
wick.
scissor cut a hole in that pot?
I did, I just scissored.
All right, hold on here. Yeah, okay.
You can see here, I used my little trusty little knife there.
All right, yeah.
And I'm going to pot this fairly low because I'm going to be plucking all those off.
So eventually when you get down to the crown you're going to retain, it will be pretty even to the soil line.
Exactly. So I'm just going to set him down in there. And because it's dry, it falls down nicely in between everything and without compacting.
I that about the seed starter, and that I think is probably its primary advantage, I would think. You don't have to worry about having any false air cavities because you don't want to compress too much when it's moist.
And I'll show you something real interesting about that seed starter. Remember last time I told you I ran out of my excuse me, Hoffman's, and I used something else?
Okay, I don't remember that, but all right.
I showed you the difference in, okay, so just going back to this one now, we filled it up. I'm just going to kind of shake it a little bit to level it off. There's a little bit of pockets in there, so I'm just going to kind of...
I see.
Make sure that guy's in there straight after I've leveled it off. So that kind of squinched down a little bit with the air pockets, and I'm going to just put a little bit more on there now, because I already know that I am going to be plucking off those leaves real soon, and that's going to leave a gap there. So there we go.
So how
He's
likely
ready to
is
go.
it
Look
you
how
are
happy.
going? He does look happy. That you're going to replant that before that show in June.
Not likely.
So it's going to be, you're going to slip pot it into something white, I'm assuming, when you bring the show. And that's going to be like a solo?
It's going to be a white solo cup, goes right.
And you're just going to slip it in there, and that's going to be what we see in a show table in 6 months, huh? All right.
There we'll go. We'll just slip it right on there, and you won't see any pot at all with any luck. You won't see any pot at all. So.
Okay.
And then we're going to do the very same thing to this little guy, and he will have some more leaves that we can strip off, because even on this one, only because it's blooming will I leave a little bit more, but we'll probably take him down to this for the next pot. Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then that's an awful pretty one too. They're both blooming real well. And then this one right here that we just did, Jolly Mischief, who's blooming real true, then that'll plant. That's for you, John.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. Well, we'll see in 6 months how that looks.
And then just to show you the difference of what happened, even I lose a leaf sometimes if I don't stick with my own system. This was the one, you can see it, I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a heavier, it's a different kind of seed starter, and the leaf did rot.
Huh.
Whereas all the others are happy and coming up and doing what they're supposed to be doing.
So how many potting mediums did you work through before you found what you really like to use?
I don't know. I think there's only like 3 or 4 brands of seed starter out there. So
you keep your sources local, so you don't have to be
and the Hoffman's I can get right up here at Wanamaker's.
Right. Okay.
And sometimes they have it at Home Depot.
All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.